In the last skill we looked at listing possible outcomes when we've got two events. I'm going to teach you in this skill a quick shorthand way when we've got two different events for us to calculate the different outcomes, and that's called a sample space diagram. So let's have a look at this question. I've got two spinners. Spinner A has got sides labelled 2, 3, 3, 4 and 5. Spinner B has got sides labelled 1, 1, 2 and 4. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just put them in a diagram. So I'm going to got spinner A up here, and it doesn't matter which way around these go, and spinner B down here. And I'm going to list my outcomes. So spinner A, I've got 2, 3, 3, 4 and 5, and spinner B I've got 1, 1, 2 and 4. So I should already be able to see that in here I'm going to have 5 different outcomes from spinner A, 4 different outcomes from spinner B, so there should be 20 different outcomes in total. Now, the scores of the two spinners are multiplied together, and it's asking me for the probability of getting a total score of 4. Well, what I can do then is put in here the result when I multiply these together. So I'm just going to put in here a little multiplication symbol just to remind myself that I'm multiplying. So 1 times 2, 1 times 3, 1 times 3, 1 times 4, 1 times 5. Still got a 1 on spinner B, so it's still the same set of numbers, 2, 3, 3, 4 and 5. Here I got 2 on spinner B, so 2 times 2, 4, 6, 6, 8 and 10. And here I got a 4 on spinner B, which gives me 8, 12, 12, 16 and 20. Find the probability of getting a score of 4. Well, we know that the total number of outcomes here is 20. There's 20 possibilities. Question's just asking me how many of those are 4. Well, there's a 4 here, there's a 4 here, and there's a 4 here. So there's 3 different ways I could have got 4. And so the probability is going to give me 3 out of 20. Pause the video now while you write down the worked example, and then you can try some questions for yourself. Okay, 2 questions for you. On the first one, I've started the sample space diagram for you, so you can complete it and then find out your probabilities. Notice in this case the scores of the 2 dice are added together, they're not multiplied. The second one's a bit more complicated. You've got a dice is rolled and a coin's tossed. If the coin lands on heads, the dice roll is doubled. If the coin lands on tails, 1 is added to the dice roll. Asked you to draw a sample space diagram and then find the probability of getting a total score of 4. Pause the video now while you have a go at the questions, and then when you're ready, press play and you can look at the solutions. Okay, here we go. So this is the sample space diagram. I've added the 2 scores together. You should be able to see that there's 36 different numbers in there, 36 different outcomes. So probability of 2, there's only 1 2 in there, so it's going to be 1 out of 36. 6s, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 6s, 5 out of 36. Notice that everything runs in diagonals. So here there's 5 6s all running down that diagonal. The one which occurs most often is the 7. So it's the most likely, there's 6 of them. So the probability of getting a 7 is 6 out of 36, but 7 is the most likely. For question 2, remember when I get a head, I double the dice roll, so it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. When I get tails, I add 1 to the dice roll, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 12 possible outcomes. Probability of getting a 4 then, 1, 2 out of 12. Okay, give yourself a mark, please, out of 6. If you need any more help on that, please take a look at Hegarty sample space diagrams. Well done.